When Roadkill debuted on YouTube in February 2012, it captured something authentic and raw. A gearhead series made by gearheads for gearheads. Over time, the show became a cultural touchpoint, growing into a full MotorTrend on-demand production by March 2018. Across 13 seasons and 167 episodes, hosts Mike Finnegan and David Freiburger scoured junkyards, pieced together improbable rides, and tore across the country in their chaotic creations. The show's DIY spirit, camaraderie, and unscripted energy turned it into a cornerstone of automotive content. But in November 2024, MotorTrend Productions abruptly announced its shutdown under Discovery Warner Bros. Restructuring. The surprise cancellation of Roadkill and its spin-offs, Roadkill Garage, Engine Masters, and others, left fans stunned. Freiburger confirmed the news in a heartfelt message to viewers, expressing gratitude for 13 years of support. For many, Roadkill was more than entertainment. It represented freedom, ingenuity, and a community built on metal and grit. Meet the hosts. David Freiburger. David Freiburger is an industry institution. His career began in the early 1990s in automotive journalism. A longtime editor across titles like Hot Rod, Carcraft, and Road and Track, Freiburger also launched Roadkill magazine and created events like Drag Week and Pump Gas Drags. By the time Roadkill premiered, he brought decades of editorial and racing experience to the screen, anchoring the show with authority and authenticity. Mike Finnegan. Mike Finnegan joined the automotive world a bit later. After earning an associate's degree in journalism around 2000, he turned wrenches on trucks and wrote for magazines like Trucking Magazine. When Freiburger hired him in 2009 at Hot Rod, Mike brought a hands-on ethic and irreverent humor that perfectly complemented the show's spirit. By launching his own channel, Finnegan's Garage, in January 2016, he built a name synonymous with DIY builds, epic fails, and unfiltered automotive enthusiasm. Their kaleidoscopic chemistry, two different personalities fused over junkyard pickups and budget builds, defined Roadkill's messily endearing charm. Why the show ended. The cancellation came in November 2024, when Discovery announced MotorTrend Productions would cease original programming. Fans watched the final episodes of Season 13 through early 2025, marking the end of an era. While not tied to ratings or creative differences, the shutdown was a corporate decision. Freiburger confirmed the cancellation in a candid announcement, thanking fans for more than a decade of support. The online response was immediate and emotional, Reddit threads filled with nostalgia and protest. A common refrain, without Mike and Dave, it isn't Roadkill. The show's fanbase mourned the loss of Roadkill, but looked forward to what the logos spelled next, Mike and David, unbound by network contracts, forging new paths independently. What Mike Finnegan is doing now. With the highway open, Mike Finnegan shifted focus to creating his own brand of automotive content. His YouTube channel, Finnegan's Garage, has become a robust platform for high-production build stories, collaborations, and passion projects. In late 2024, he released a two-part Drag Week film starring lifelong collaborator Tony Angelo. Part 2 dropped December 4th with cinematic flair. By January 2025, Mike appeared on the Muscle Car Place podcast, reflecting on the origins of Roadkill and confirming his intent to continue producing similar content independently. He's expressed excitement about hosting live events, deep dive collaborations, and scaling his own creative vision, unfettered by production executives. Reddit and fan forums have welcomed his move, applauding the DIY aesthetic and raw authenticity of his independent work. Comments mention missing early Roadkill energy while appreciating the warmth and ingenuity of his returns to the DIY roots. David Freiburger's new chapter. David Freiburger hasn't slowed down either. He revived his personal YouTube channel, David Freiburger, offering Q&As, project updates, technical breakdowns, and event coverage reminiscent of Roadkill's early days. But he's also expanded beyond YouTube. On April 17, 2025, Freiburger announced he had joined the NHRA drag racing broadcast team as a pit reporter and announcer for Fox Sports. He framed this new role as a convergence of his journalism background and racing enthusiasm, living out the legacy of Hot Rod magazine in live drag racing. In a feature published June 12th, he reflected on the shifting media landscape, his evolving platform engagements, and his dedication to honest and credible gearhead content, even as technology and platforms evolve. Personal life, now verified and updated. Mike Finnegan's family. Mike Finnegan is married to his longtime partner, Jessa, since September 2005 in a private ceremony officiated by his sister. Finnegan often refers to himself as lucky to have her, praising her unwavering support across their adventures. In 2016, they renewed their marriage vows in a heartfelt ceremony on St. Simon's Island. The couple has 2 sons, Michael, born in July 2011, and Rowan Garrett, born September 19, 2014. Finnegan lives with his family in Georgia, balancing work and personal life with careful discretion. Fans have spotted glimpses, Michael's love for surfing, birthday posts, photos of family life, but no revealing personal details. Finnegan invests in maintaining privacy, describing occasional fan encounters as flattering yet intrusive. He's never publicly mentioned dating or separation. His public image remains anchored in professionalism and family devotion. David Freiburger's family. David Freiburger is also a private family man. He met his wife at Hot Rod magazine in the early 1990s, and they were married in the 1990s, making this year their 30-plus-year marriage anniversary. She has been nicknamed the Peterson Bride, referring to meeting him at the Peterson publishing office. Freiburger has emphasized that their long-lasting marriage stands on mutual tolerance and devotion, remarkable in their fast-paced industry. He rarely shares details publicly, though he occasionally references his wife's support. Of their children, specifics remain undisclosed. Freiburger prefers keeping the spotlight on work, not personal life, and respects his family's privacy by design. Fan sentiment and community reaction. Immediately after Roadkill's end, fans flooded Reddit and forums with nostalgia and optimism, celebrating Mike and Dave's independent creativity while mourning MotorTrend's corporate withdrawal. Comments lauding Mike's return to indie builds and David's announcer role at NHRA show the fans are excited for both new chapters. One user summed it up: "Roadkill will live on, just defying gravity on YouTube now." Communities also debated whether the duo still share chemistry post-show, but many affirmed their friendship remains authentic. Key milestones and timeline. February 17, 2012. Roadkill launches on YouTube, introducing the world to Finnegan and Freiburger's junkyard builds. March 2018, the series transitions to MotorTrend on demand with increased production and spin-offs. September 17, 2005, Mike Finnegan marries Jessa in a private ceremony. Their daughter later renewed vows in 2016. July 2011 and September 2014, Mike and Jessa welcome sons Michael and Rowan, respectively. November 2024, MotorTrend Productions announces cancellation of Roadkill and related series due to corporate restructuring. December 4, 2024, Mike Finnegan releases Drag Week 2024 Part 2 film showcase on his YouTube channel. January 2025, Finnegan appears on the Muscle Car Place podcast, sharing future content plans. April 17, 2025, David Freiburger debuts as NHRA pit reporter announcer for Fox Sports. June 12, 2025, Freiburger reflects on career in a feature with Hot Rod, emphasizing continued relevance. What the future holds. Both Mike Finnegan and David Freiburger have boldly transitioned from network TV to creative freedom. Finnegan's independent films, events, and channel branding signal a commitment to unfiltered storytelling rooted in wrenching, camaraderie, and innovation. Freiburger's pivot to live broadcasting and content creation indicates that Roadkill's ethos, journalism, builds, and authenticity, is evolving on new platforms. Their personal lives remain respectfully private. We know they're married with children and choose discretion over exposure. That choice aligns with their values, letting their work define them rather than their off-camera lives. For Gearhead fans, their journeys post-Roadkill hold as much promise as their past success. Both men continue to share the raw creativity and genuine enthusiasm that made Roadkill beloved. Their stories don't hinge on a network logo anymore. They depend on honest, heartfelt connection with an audience that loves the roar of engines, the thrill of a build, and the integrity of two lifelong friends ripping it on screen.